Welcome back. It's another edition of our Cornhusker conversation too. Welcome in Husker middle outside, middle outside, middle. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, middle linebacker Collin Miller. You had to make the position switch. Let's start there. For you, where that kind of started. I know we were thin in the middle. You were playing outside. And this year they asked you to make the switch. When did that conversation kind of start? And for you, wanting to make that jump.
Probably about I'd say 2 years ago. When the staff came in, I started coming in at outside linebacker with Coach Dewey and Coach Crespo. I think I went through spring ball with outside linebackers and everything like that, and then we started to realize, we're a little thin in the inside. So talked to the coaches, Coach Frost, Coach Chins, Coach Rude, Coach Dewey. They all talked to me and was like, your skills say you can do both, but I think we kind of need you at inside. So they like my athletic ability. They realize, a lot of the stuff that you do on the outside transfers over to the inside. So the inside guys always deal with the outside guys, and so I knew both roles now. So it wasn't a big transition to where you had to work on your feet or your eyes or your hand placement and stuff. So then just came into fall camp, and was rolling with the inside linebackers. So probably 2 years ago, spring ball.
One thing you got to do at the middle is talk. You're the one out there. What kind of adjustment was that? And then obviously, working with Mo Berry every day, that helping you with that area too, making sure you got the calls and everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, Muhammad does a fantastic job of, he realized, you're coming from outside linebacker. You got a lot on your plate now because inside you run the whole defense. Like you're the quarterback of the defense. So he did a good job of meeting with me one-on-one, and Rude met with me one-on-one, and our GA coach, Coach Brim, met with me one-on-one. So they all did a really good job of, seeing the keys, seeing the things that we needed to see to get everybody lined up, make sure everybody's in the right position, right spot at the right time. But yeah, inside linebacker, you got to be very vocal. Your communication skills got to be up there because, everyone's relying on you to get them set up and relay the call and make sure everybody's lined up right. So definitely had to work on that. Outside linebacker, you're being told what to do, and then moving over to inside, now you're telling people what to do. So, I'm fine with being vocal. I'm fine with, bossing people around a little bit. It's actually pretty fun for me.
One thing that is apparent from me watching you play, even from the get-go, is you love playing football. I mean, there were some games at your first year that weren't going our way, and it would be easy to just kind of mail it in and go through the motions. You were a guy that stuck out that didn't do that. Where does that passion come from with you just personally? Where do you go down and, just embrace every snap that you play?
Yeah, I think my family does a really good job of, taught me when I was young just to never give up. If you love something, it's easy to come out there and just do it. I love football. I love Nebraska. It hasn't been where we wanted it to be, but I still love this place, love football. So, going out there and just having fun with my boys, and being out there with Nebraska fans, yelling your name and yelling for you guys. It's easy to do, but also it just helps that you got a lot of the other guys fighting for you too. So you might as well just put it all on the line for them as well. And I love it though. I think my family just did a fantastic job of just teaching me, if things aren't going your way, make it go your way. Fight for what you want, fight for what you need, and yeah.
You come in here and there are guys that are highly touted, have big decisions to make where they want to go to school. You weren't necessarily a 4 or 5 star guy, but you're clearly an impact player of what it means to be here, and you're an example for what these younger guys on and off the field of what you're supposed to do. When you were making that transition from high school to college, how much of that came naturally to you to just, play with a chip on your shoulder, play with that passion that we were just talking about, and kind of be an example no matter where you come from, how many stars you have next to your name or whatever?
Yeah. So, I came from a big high school, you could say. I came from the same high school Randy Gregory came from, actually. So I always used to watch Randy play. I'm a little young guy running around, watching the big upper guys in high school play, and, seeing Randy out there with all the swagger and the energy and the enthusiasm going around, I kind of looked up to him, you could say. So seeing him playing around, running around with his hair on fire and getting his teammates up and keeping the energy high, I think, I kind of learned it from him. So when I went into high school, I learned it from him as I was watching him, and then transferred over into high school for me. So I think it just helps us bring the energy throughout everybody. Everybody kind of just sucks up that energy, and everyone just goes off of that. So if you can, bring people with you, you might as well. So just learning it from Randy helped transfer it over from high school into college, and then college, it's self-explanatory. You go out there in front of 90,000 fans. You're you're going to have a lot of emotions running high. You're going to have a lot of things on your mind, but it's just fun. It's just really fun. So I came in here with it, and I just want more guys to be like it. You know, you can see it every day. You know, we just played Maryland. Everyone's flying around. Everyone's, you know, celebrating and having fun. And I think it's just contagious when you do it. So it's real fun.
I'm trying to remember back to your recruitment. If I remember right, you were a later commit. I think in the wintertime is when you decided to commit. And I know you had a bunch of offers that you were stewing over, but if I remember, Nebraska was one you were kind of waiting for. What was your communication first like with Nebraska when they first showed interest to you, and then mutual you back to them?
Yeah, so it first started off, I came with Bo Pelini days with my grandpa. It was just me, my grandpa, and my little brother. And we came back, and that was the first time, you know, everyone's always talking about, like, why are you going to Nebraska? Like, what's out there in Nebraska? Like, corn and open land, and you're going to Nebraska. And I was like, you know what? Like, I have no clue what Nebraska's like. You know, I just got a little invitation from that old staff with Bo's staff. And I came out when they played Minnesota, and we were blown away. You know, the people here are terrific. You know, they are welcoming you and trying to see where you're from, and just open arms, just bringing you in. And you could just tell, like, a lot of joy, a lot of love from these people here. And then you go to the game and you walk in and you're on that field, and you just look up and you see all the fans, you see all the red, and the love that these people have for the state of Nebraska just blew us away. You know, didn't get the offer there, didn't get, you know, anything from that staff. But then years down the road, Mike Riley comes in and then gets some interest from them. Thankfully get the offer, take my official visit with my whole family this time, and they were blown away just like me, my grandpa and my little brother were. You know, my mom was crying, grandma was crying. They were just so thankful for me, and so happy for me that, you know, these chances were opening up for me, like, and especially for a place like Nebraska. We just knew as a family that if I had the offer from here, I'd probably come here because of the people that are here, the help that you have here, the tradition here. It's just an awesome place to be. So I think back in the Bows staff, I really realized, like, you know what, if I had an offer, I'd probably come here over everything. And it was just probably the best decision I made.
It's funny, you know, hearing you guys talk about your families being so emotional, because they're with you from the start, from day one, when you're just starting to play football or baseball, track, whatever it is. What do you remember about your first football days? You know, when the first time you're putting on pads and, you know, you're out there trying to learn the game. What is it? What are the things that jump out about you about, you know, the way your family coached you, or what you used to watch on TV and emulate on the field? When you're thinking back to Collin Miller's early football days, what do you think of?
I had played on a travel football team called the Hamilton Southeastern Knights. And it was just by far just the best time I've ever been a part of, and the best program I've been a part of as a young kid. And it was just so fun. Kids from all over Indiana that went to numerous high schools and stuff, just playing on the same team with great coaches. And that Coach Dunnick and that staff, you know, that I had taught me a lot of things, you know, just helped me become a young man and grow from there. But, you know, we had a lot of people play with their hair on fire. And, you know, I think that's where I really, really think I fell in love with football, is when I made the Knights. It just, you know, it just helped you show what football really is. You know, yeah, like, I was tackling years before, but now they, like, opened the book up for me of, this is what football is, this is what you can do. Like, it was a lot of fun. You know, I love competition, I love competitiveness, and that had a lot of it on that team, because you had the best players in the state of Indiana playing on this team. And, you know, practice is literally all competition, and you got the best players there, so you're going up one-on-one, mano-a-mano, and that's what I really love. So I think that's where it really made me really truly love football, was Knights back in the day.
It's Thanksgiving this week. We talked a lot about family. When you're going through the Thanksgiving line, how do you build your plate? I mean, this is something that obviously years of experience come in, and you have a very particular set of way of doing things. Mm-hmm. So you got your plate, everybody's in line. How do you construct it?
Okay, so you start off with the mashed potatoes. From the mashed potatoes, I put my corn in the mashed potatoes. I don't know if you guys do that, but also save some room on the plate too. From there, you get a little Caesar salad. After that, you move over to, like, the turkey, the ham, whatever you got going on. Got some deviled eggs on there. some green bean casserole, you name it. I mean, my grandma does a fantastic job of making Thanksgiving dinner. I miss it from time to time, but I think we do a good job here. We have like the Hy-Vee dinner, of having a lot of the Hy-Vee people come in, bring good food, just thank us for being there. So they do a good job of that, but nothing's like a home-cooked meal.
It's always interesting hearing you guys come from different parts of the world, right? Stan comes to Louisiana and it was all about crawfish all the time. And so if you could have Grandma bring down one meal for you right now, what are you bringing down and what are you taking down?
Her baked spaghetti. By far, baked spaghetti is my favorite meal. Every time I come home, it's the first meal I have, last meal I have. She knows it's my favorite, my birthday meal. Just nothing beats it.
Grandma knows what you like. That's important. Yeah. We got one left, man. It's hard to believe that the season's already almost over, but one to go. I know, obviously, there's a lot on the line with Iowa, with things to take advantage of and hopefully to keep playing. But, with where you're at right now, what do you want to see in terms of a step forward from this team, other than a win, to kind of launch yourself into next year?
Yeah, I just want to see guys, haven't been the best season we had, haven't been, our expectations were somewhere that didn't get fulfilled. But I just want to see guys come out there like they know, last game, all you got, flying around, a lot of energy, just letting people know, yeah, we're here where we are, but we're still fighting. We're still not giving up. We're still pushing. We're still, scratching, clawing, just to be out there with our guys for the seniors for the last chance and send the seniors out the right way. And but really just to play our football, that we know we can play and just have fun.
Collin, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for sitting down with us. Let's go get a dub against Iowa. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.